Welcome to the VISTA Eligibility presentation. My name is Brendan Murphy, Director of the VISTA Member Support Unit, and I will be guiding you through this information today. At the end of today's presentation, you should be able to determine if an individual is suitable and eligible to serve as a VISTA member. You should have an understanding of our eligibility criteria and understand the processes for citizenship verification and criminal history. Before moving on, I ask that you take a minute to answer the question, why is it important to determine an applicant's eligibility prior to placing the individual for VISTA service? What are the positive and difficult implications of this? In order to serve as a VISTA, an individual must be found suitable and eligible for service. Suitability looks at an individual's experience, skills, and motivation for that specific project. Eligibility refers to the legal requirements for participation in AmeriCorps VISTA. This presentation will go through different steps outlining suitability and eligibility requirements. When evaluating an applicant for suitability, you should look at two focus areas. One, the specific project, and two, the VISTA program. Does this individual have the experience, skills, and character to effectively serve on this project? And does the individual have the commitment and motivation to be a successful VISTA member for their entire service term? Determining an individual's suitability for service is completed by both the sponsor and you and our regional staff. Sponsors will look at project-specific information, such as an individual's skills and experience, their references, and motivational statement. You should be looking at if an individual has previously served and was early terminated. If the individual submitted any criminal history, you will also need to submit a criminal history justification form. Please know that sponsors recommend individuals for service, but you, our regional staff, have the ultimate decision regarding an individual's suitability for service. Now that we've talked about suitability, let's look at an individual's eligibility for service or their ability to meet the minimum legal requirements. All individuals serving in AmeriCorps VISTA must be at least 18 years old at the time the oath of service is administered. All individuals serving in VISTA must be a U.S. citizen, U.S. national, lawful permanent resident, or a person legally residing in a state. No individual can appear on the National Sex Offender Registry or be convicted of any crime such as murder or where children or vulnerable populations were the victims. Individuals who are currently awaiting trial or on probation or parole are usually not eligible for service. If you have an individual who you believe should be serving in our program but is on probation, parole, or awaiting trial, please contact the VMSU. To be eligible to serve as a VISTA leader, an individual must have successfully completed previous full-time service in AmeriCorps VISTA, NCCC, state and national, or the Peace Corps. Lastly, to be eligible for service, an individual cannot serve more than a total of 5 years as a VISTA member, leader, or summer associate. This does not include previous service terms in other AmeriCorps programs. As stated in the previous slide, to be a VISTA leader, an individual must have successfully completed a previous term of service in AmeriCorps VISTA, state and national, NCCC, or the Peace Corps. This table outlines which program and the duration of service requirements to be eligible as a VISTA leader. As we discussed, an individual may serve as a VISTA member, leader, or summer associate no more than a total of 5 years. Individuals may serve more than 5 terms as long as they equal less than 5 years total. As an example, an individual could serve 10 summer associate terms and still serve less than 5 years. Please know that other service terms, such as NCCC, AmeriCorps State and National, or Peace Corps service, do not count towards this 5-year limit. An applicant's citizenship status and Social Security number are automatically verified. When an applicant accepts the position in the My AmeriCorps portal, their information is automatically sent to the Social Security Administration for review. This process takes about 3 business days. An applicant's Social Security number and citizenship are then automatically verified and updated in the portal. If an applicant's Social Security number and/or citizenship status cannot be automatically verified, their status will be listed as returned. If an applicant does not see their citizenship status reflected on the application, they should select "I'm an asylee." If the Social Security Administration is unable to verify an applicant's citizenship status, sponsors and you in our regional offices will receive a generic automated email. The sponsor and you must then contact the applicant regarding submitting additional documentation. You may be asking yourself, why would a citizenship or Social Security number not be able to be verified? Some of the most common reasons are misspelled names or individuals incorrectly typing in their Social Security number. The Social Security Administration may not be able to verify the status of permanent residents. For persons legally residing in a state, their citizenship and Social Security number will always be returned and need manual verification. Please know that applicants cannot be placed for service with a returned citizenship status. If an individual has their citizenship status returned, they need to contact the National Service Hotline, who will provide them with a secure link to upload and submit the required documentation. This will then be given to the VMSU for manual verification. Depending on an individual's citizenship status, they will require different documents. Social Security cards are always required for returned Social Security numbers. As previously stated, if an individual's citizenship or Social Security number are returned, they will need to be contacted by regional staff and the sponsor. The individual will need to contact the National Service Hotline to receive a secure link to upload their documents. These documents will then be sent to the VMSU, who will verify citizenship or Social Security number status. Please note that on average, this process takes 7 business days. It is difficult to speed up or expedite this process. If you have any concerns, please always contact the VMSU. As seen in this slide, the documentation that is required for the manual verification of an individual's citizenship depends on their status. Please keep this slide handy, or please refer to the VDR when looking at which documents are required. For individuals who submit an employment authorization card, it is important to know that the VMSU cannot accept expired employment authorization cards. Applicants can have a card that will expire during service if they are not yet eligible to apply for renewal. They must provide written documentation that they will apply and receive an updated card prior to their current expiration date. Now let's talk about criminal history. As part of VISTA's criminal history check process, all new members and members returning to service with a break of more than 120 days must complete a criminal history background check. Applicants who indicated criminal history on their application must have a criminal history justification form submitted by you, our regional field staff, and approved prior to the individual's placement of service. This slide outlines the processes for criminal history clearance and the documents required. Please keep this slide as a reference. This information is also available to you in the VISTA desk reference. There are many steps and many different aspects to member eligibility and suitability. Please know that there are resources available to assist you. You should refer to the VISTA Member Actions Guide or the VISTA desk reference. You can also contact the VMSU for any questions or assistance regarding VISTA member eligibility and suitability. Please contact us at vmsu@cns.gov or vistafingerprint@cns.gov. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation on VISTA member eligibility and suitability. We hope that it was informative and will help you to be successful in your role. As always, please do not hesitate to contact us, the VMSU, at vmsu@cns.gov. Thank you.